Welcome back to What's Up, Oxford. I have two lovely ladies here today from Woodingford Lodge. We have Amy and Melissa. So welcome to the show, ladies.
Thank you for having us.
So you are here to talk about some traditional supports that are available with Woodingford. Okay, can you tell us a little bit about those?
For sure. Woodingford proudly operates 3 long-term care homes within Oxford County, and we recognize that moving into long-term care can be an overwhelming experience for our community residents, but also for their loved ones. Back in 2018, I believe it is, we created a family transition program to assist residents to transition from community into long-term care. And it was great and successful, but we've seen the need increase within our community. So for example, as of last week, there were 422 residents in our community that needed long-term care placement that were on the waiting list. And of that 422, over half, so over 200 of those residents were deemed crisis, which means they need immediate supports. But because our long-term care homes and our beds are at full occupancy in Oxford County, these residents are crisis in our community for weeks, if not up to a month, waiting for some supports. And so we've recognized that was a need. And so with the help of Ontario Health and the local priorities funding, we were able to create a family transitional day program that provides on-site within our long-term care home in Woodstock, on-site day care support for these residents to make sure that they're in a safe environment so that when the bed does come available, they're familiar with the long-term care home. We also provide really important respite relief for their loved ones, really stressful time for them, and they need some time for themselves. Right. So providing them that respite relief as well as some education and support to guide them through this process.
So an example of that would be if somebody realistically should be in long-term care, there's no bed available, there's then a place for the people from the community to go to during the day.
That's right.
So that they're not on their own and they're going to have that support.
Correct.
Wow.
And not accessing the acute emergency services that a lot are, we're able to meet their needs within the long-term care home then as they are waiting for a bed.
Oh, that's incredible. Okay. And that is happening at all 3 locations in Oxford County, or where is the actual facility?
We've just opened up, and so right now we're just at the Woodstock location.
Okay. So to be involved in something like this, is it something that like the family doctor then coordinates, or who coordinates this?
It's a self-referral process, actually. So any individual that is on the crisis wait list, their family is able to reach out to us. And there is, thanks again to the funding through Ontario Health, there is no fee for the service at this time. So we're really excited to let everybody know that this is there for our community members that are on the crisis wait list.
Wow, that's incredible. I know for even just people in my close-knit group, there have been times that family members have been on these wait lists and they're out of options. They either have to take time off of work or unfortunately people are in Woodstock Hospital just waiting for those beds. So this is an amazing program. So who started this program? It was Woodingford.
Woodingford Lodge, that's right. The Family Transitional Program, in alignment with Behavioral Supports Ontario that Melissa's part of, really saw this as a need for the community, as well as for our acute emergency services that are at full capacity as well. So how we can, as a community, come up with an innovative strategy to really meet the needs of our seniors in Oxford County.
So behavioral supports, Melissa, can you tell us a little bit about what that looks like?
It's different day to day. It totally does. It supports people wherever they're at in their diagnosis or in their day to day. We're able to kind of work with people and identify different strategies and interventions that allow us to gear either programming or even the simplest of interactions to that person. So a lot of times we see with working closely with the person and their families, we're able to bring a lot of changes, supportive changes to them so that they can adapt well day to day.
That's incredible. Okay. Because making a massive change like that, if I think about people in my own family, if you've been in your home for 50, 60 years and then just all of a sudden drop of a dime going into a new facility, like the
living
shock.
with 160 other people.
Right.
Yeah, right. Of course, like how uncomfortable that would feel. So this is really that sort of stepping stone between being on unassisted living into assisted living.
Correct.
That's incredible. And this is all funded Like
It
there's
is a
no
trial
cost for it.
program that is occurring right now. And that's exactly it. We really want to help individuals transition, understand what the long-term care environment is like, assist them through some assessments that we complete, assist the family with the documentation so that when a bed does become available, all of that is already handled so that the day one of that process is a lot smoother for them.
Right, of course. And does that do anything for the wait list if you're a part of this program?
No.
It doesn't, okay.
No.
Do you know if there's other communities that have something similar to this?
We understand that we're the first of its kind.
So you're pioneers.
We are
Wonderful.
innovative pioneers, that's right. Really just looking to see how Woodingford can make an impact in the community.
Okay. Well, we're going to take a short break. We're going to come back and talk about what's on the horizon.
Great.
We'll be right back. Welcome back. We have Amy and Melissa here with Woodingford Launch, who are, of course, here to speak about the innovative pioneering of Oxford County and this wonderful day program that has been offered. So, Melissa, the behavioral support that is offered, can you tell us what the day-to-day would look like with this program?
Sure. So right now, because of the funding, we're able to operate Monday to Thursday from 9 a.m. until 3 p.m. So a typical day for us is our participants arrive with their loved ones and they come upstairs to where our room is located, and they're welcomed by either myself or our recreation aide or our recreation aide helper, who is also a part of our team. We also have a social service worker who recently came on board. So he is also there to greet, and if any family members want to remain behind and want to just have a one-to-one conversation with him or review some of the things that they're experiencing at home, he's there to offer them supports in the moment as well. From there, we typically we do have a calendar of events, whether we're staying in for the day or have some planned, excursions out. But typically we go by the seat of our pants, essentially, in some cases.
The way a normal day-to-day would go,
right,
of course.
Right, yeah. So we are able to tailor all of our activities, whether they're the planned activities or just what the person wants to do in the moment. With our staffing levels the way they are right now, that gives us a little bit more flexibility to adapt in the moment, and we're happy to do so. Then we do also provide lunch, so there's that nourishment as well as snacks throughout. We're pretty self-sufficient in that room. That's kind of the goal, is that we can offer everything that person needs within our indoor and outdoor space. We have a washroom in the room as well, so we're able to assist with that as needed. It really is a fun environment. So far, we're loving every day, and as our numbers grow, we're looking forward, to welcoming more people into the space.
And seeing how this can expand, yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. And what we find is, been kind of unique about our team is that we're finding we're able to invite people in that maybe normally wouldn't qualify for other respite supports that are currently in the community. So with having that, with myself being a dementia-trained PSW through PAC, and with the support of the other team members, we're able to support those people on a little bit of an elevated level, which brings us great pride, for sure.
Of course. And still provides people from the community with some independence.
Oh, absolutely. Yes, absolutely.
So you mentioned excursions.
Yeah.
Could you give us an example of what maybe an excursion has been recently?
So we haven't taken any yet. We have some planned for October. So we just we had our kind of grand reopening on the 14th of this month, and the 18th was our first day opening on a full day scale. So we do have an upcoming visit in October to a farm. I won't say the name just because I'm not sure if they would be welcoming to that. Yeah. But we're looking forward to that. It is a creamery, a local creamery that we're going to be visiting. And we also have a local llama farm coming in as well. So that should be interesting. So yeah, a lot of fun things on the horizon that we're looking forward to. It's new for a lot of us, this recreation.
Well, it's new for everyone, right? Like you said, this was something that Woodingford was the pioneers of, and the innovators. And I think it's absolutely incredible, and obviously something that is needed as our community continues to age. And having that very significant wait list, at least it's going to offer not only the residents, the participants, and the families that additional support.
Absolutely, and I think it's important that while we're supporting the participants in the room, that we're offering that elevated support from the social service worker at an increased opportunity. So we do have the the planned peer groups that the social service worker leads, but also we have the availability for him to do things virtually or over the phone. And the assessment piece is very important, right? That we're doing day to day in that room, because we gather all that information up and package it. And regardless of where your loved one is to move into in Oxford County, all of that information is shared. So you really know the person that's moving into the home, and we're able to help support that regardless of where they call home.
To make it as comfortable as possible.
Absolutely.
Okay, so if anybody is watching local businesses that could maybe offer something for an excursion, is that something that you guys would be open to?
We're definitely open to all supports from within our community.
So if there is somebody that was interested in being a sponsor, or perhaps being a day trip excursion event, how could they get in touch with you?
We're open to all volunteers as well, and we're at Family Transitions at oxfordcounty.ca.
Okay.
And that's how others would refer themselves to us, as well as through that website.
Okay, so anybody that's watching that thinks, wow,
right.
this would be a really great fit for my grandpa or my grandmother or my mom or dad,
Absolutely.
they can reach out to you directly and you can get them set up.
Absolutely.
Okay, and it's available on the website?
That's right.
Okay, so the times are 9 to 3, Monday to Thursday. Obviously, they get there on their own, get picked up on their own. Now,
Correct.
if there are excursions, is that something that the transportation is provided?
Yes, we
It is.
provide the transportation for any excursions. Yeah.
And lunch and snacks?
Yes, absolutely.
Sounds like a good day to me.
It is, and
You're
we
welcome
do.
anytime.
Yeah.
All right, well, thank you very much for being on the show. And honestly, I commend Woodingford, and I commend you both for being a part of this, as it's definitely needed in our community.
Thank you.
Thank you,
so much.
ladies. That's all we have for today. Thank you very much for watching. We'll see you next time.